Macy's closes 150 stores, which is about 30% of their brick and mortar.
What they're doing is they're reducing the places that are the least profitable to go and invest bigger, name bigger on the ones that are profitable. I mean, as far as a business sense goes, it makes complete sense. It's like that 80-20 rule. We've done it with our business. I'm sure if our clients do it with their business, when you sit down and you look at the numbers, me, it's funny. I'm at around a 30%. About 30% of my income is from, 70, 80% of my income is from 30 clients. I'm sure they're looking at that, and especially that commercial real estate space. It's tough. It's not easy. I think you had even a comment about the pajamas that you'll get into at some point. But man, people are staying home, Zach. I mean, look, I'm here. I love going to the office once in a while, but I'm in my home office. I got a fire going on in the background. I can get my coffee whenever I want. When I get hungry, the fridge is right there. People aren't going to the office as much. Even online, Amazon. I mean, if I want something, I need a book. I order the book within 24 hours, 48 hours, it's delivered. So that's why these businesses have to change and adapt.
My girl, she just got, got a nice bonus. And, I told her, I said, look, you got to treat yourself. You've earned this. You got a nice bonus. You got to treat yourself. Don't put it all on, what I'll call like responsible things. You got to treat yourself. But
yeah, she
went on a shopping spree, but she didn't go to this town near Montreal. She didn't say like, I'm going to do a shopping spree in downtown Montreal. Mm-hmm. She follows influencers. She knows the brands that she likes. She goes there. She orders them. She could look at all of them, and the brands are getting a lot better too for the shopping experience for people who are staying at home as well. The thing for me that I have a lot of difficulty with is buying clothes because I never know if they really properly fit.
Yeah.
And, but I guess I don't buy a lot of clothes online. So that's why I'm not used to, I don't know my measurements or anything, but I'm sure people who shop a lot, they're good because sometimes a medium for one company is a large for another, but whatever. But all that to say that we are seeing a shift, and I don't think it's something that we're going back to. Is majority of people shopping in person, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's just the new reality, the new normal, like we love to say during COVID.
Let me ask you this, Zach, because I know it's happened to me so many times. Have you ever walked into a store? Huge department store. Okay, you walk in, it's like, how are they still in business? How do they keep the lights on? I mean, this is thousands and thousands of square footage, and there's 3 people in here. There's a bunch of employees. Sometimes you can't even find the employees. Kind of have to holler like, "Is anyone here?" But it's alarming, and it's just, I mean, once in a while you go into one of these big brick and mortar stores, and it's dead. So I mean, I wasn't surprised when I saw that headline.
And another thing that contributes to that is people who get jobs now, young people who get jobs, they're used to school virtual. They don't want to go on the floor, full clothes or whatever. Now everybody's trying to do what they can to get jobs from home, where they can work from home. And it's starting to be an issue where, obviously won't say any names, but there's people around me, or just people tell me of, their cousin or friends of friends or whatever. People don't want to go in person anymore. And they say that some people who actually claim that they cannot find a job, well, there's a big difference between not finding a job and not finding the job you want. They can't find a job because they want it to be work from home. They want it to be, flexible schedule, all these things. There's all these demands now before you get the job, that there's a lot of jobs out there, but the people who are willing to go do those jobs aren't going. So that's another thing that Macy's probably having a hard time finding young people who want to go work in a store, to go work on the floor, instead of doing something where they could just be at home, make their coffee, go upstairs, come back down. It's a different world.
If someone like Macy's, especially if they're in a mall, they vacate that space, that's a lot of square footage. They're going to have to start asking themselves, okay, what are we going to do with that? So now it's, unless they own the real estate, okay, they could maybe sell off the asset. But if it's a big REIT, a big commercial real estate firm that owns that, that's some significant hit in the cash flows, because that was steady cash coming in every single month on that. So it'd be interesting to see. I've seen people that, places that aren't doing very well, converting some places into condominiums. So you used to have like these types of malls that they're slowly converting. People buy schools out, renovate, switching because they know there's more of a demand for space like that. So I'd be curious to see what the people and the real estate owners of these places, what they're going to do to fill that missing gap there.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see the amount of like what's going on with strip malls. You
Yep.
know, like it's one thing like you have like a tower which was a bunch of offices or whatever, turn that into condominiums. I could see that, but let's say like I'm thinking of one of the strip malls in Sherbrooke where I grew up. There used to be a Zellers, then it was a Hart, and now I think it's a Walmart. But you know, Walmart always does well, but I mean, what's the next step? Like, if these things, if we actually start seeing by mid to end of the 2020s that we start seeing a decline in people going it physically into the stores and all that, what's going to happen? Are those places all just going to be like storage to ship out these products, or I don't know, but definitely something to keep an eye on. That I'm curious to see what's going to happen with all commercial real estate actually.